Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version Season 3. This is actually a very exciting episode because it is the last episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version Season 3 as Glinda goes down to Mega Metagross there. And you may be thinking, hey, there's a Gigantamax Pokemon and a Mega Pokemon just switched out. And you would be right. This week we chose to run in the Anything Goes National Dex tier, which actually allows you to bring in Z moves and Mega Evolutions as well as Gen 8 mechanics, so it was just kind of crazy. So Dandelion switches in. A lot of these Pokemon, well, some of these Pokemon you've seen before. Glinda, Dandelion, and Orchest are returns, Orchest being my shiny Venusaur. And then we had Link, the Zacian come in. We had Midna, the Marshadow, there it is, that you guys wrecked me with so much last week, and then we had Tempest, the Water Arceus. I'm joined today, and now that we've gotten through all of that, I'm joined today by Tortellini. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Can you say hey?
Hey, hey.
Can you say whippersnapper? Can you say whippersnapper?
Yeah.
He's not going to prove it, but apparently he can. So we've got Tempest up against Urshifu. Urshifu goes down. Switches out in the face of the Toxicity there. Link comes in. Toxicity switches out. The Assurance landing on the Rimbombi there. Behemoth Blade finishing off the Fairy Bug type there. Prime then coming in and finishing off Zacian. The Meteor Mash misses, thankfully. The Poltergeist hits and takes down Mega Metagross in one hit. Wow, that's overpowered. Midna then going to take an Overdrive, switch out. Tempest going to come in. Midna had a choice move on her, and so she was kind of locked in, and I was like, oh, before I'm locked into this by only having one Pokemon, I should probably switch. And so that's what we went ahead and did. We got really lucky and got two freezes there, but it wasn't going to be enough. Echoes managed to dethaw immediately and throw up the Earthquake.
Puppy.
Yeah, the puppy left the room. That's okay. We'll go find him in a minute. But thank you so much for participating this week, Rival Codeman. I should have said also that we rolled last week that our championship battle, it could have either been the evil team leader, our rivals, or another monotype trainer, and we rolled for rivals. So everybody should be bringing an Anything Goes amalgamation of their rival teams that we've seen throughout the series. So thank you so much for participating this week, Rival Codeman. I greatly appreciate it. We'll move on to the next battle. Can you say go, go, go?
Go, go.
Good job, buddy. All right, let's go, go, go. Alrighty, guys, and here we are in battle number 2 up against rival Pocket Flygon, finishing off Glinda there immediately. This Kyogre gonna be a problem. Orchest comes in and Mega Evolves, hoping that that'll give us the bulk we need to survive Kyogre there. Tempest switches in, is going to tank a couple of Earthquakes, and then land a Judgment, finishing off Pocket Flygon. At which point then Pale Rider is going to come in and finish off Tempest, getting that Grim Neigh boost. Dandelion switching in. We use Sucker Punch, it doesn't use anything, and the Water Spout gonna do more than half to Orchest, so Orchest goes down, unfortunately not able to do anything for us there. Frosty then switching in. Dandelion goes to use a Fire move. Oh, and it worked. Huh. Later, oh yeah, because this isn't a Primal Kyogre. Later we'll find out with Primal Kyogre that Heavy Rain keeps you from being able to use fire moves at all. But Kyogre was just too much for our team to really deal with. Midna throws up the Poltergeist there, finishing off the... At this point, Flygon just decided he felt sorry for the rest of his team not even getting to come out. So he decided to switch them around a little bit, get them all a little bit of screen time before he brought Kyogre back in to finish us off, but didn't even have to. Athena comes in, the Shiny Zacian. I think a lot of us had the Shiny Zacian. People liked the shiny version. Zacian is one of my favorite legendaries in years, but anyway, not going to talk about that. Let's move on to the next battle, shall we? Can you say adios?
Adios.
Can you say bye?
Bye.
Alrighty, we're gonna go to the next battle. Thanks so much, Flygon. Alrighty, guys, and here we are up against rival guys. You say guys? Can you say alrighty? Yeah, pretty good. We are up against a rival Scad, and she brought the ground Arceus, so that was fun. I think that was the only other Arceus I saw this week, potentially, besides my own, obviously. Link goes down to the Marshadow. Scad decided she was a fan of how Marshadow worked out for people last week. This is where it happens. Yeah, at some point during Scad's battle, Dandelion's gonna attempt to use a fire move, and it's just not gonna work at all. Jade switches in. Orchest gonna be able to take her, do some good damage there with the Sludge Bomb. Tries to hide behind the substitute. The Paralysis helps out a little bit, but I think before too much longer here, Orchest is gonna fight through all that and manage to get rid of the Superior. We go for the Hidden Power there. I think it had slightly better accuracy than Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb or whichever one I was using. Down goes the Superior finally. Nebula gonna come in and finish off Orchest, Scad's Mega Starter. Okay, this is, yeah, I go for the Gigantamax here, and the Max Fireball just doesn't work. The Max Darkness, thankfully, helps us out a lot by switching our type to Dark. And we survived that Water Spout really well because we were able to outspeed and get rid of some health off of this Kyogre. Yeah, those Water Spouts on some of these other teams just wrecked. Steel Ironhead going to do good work against the Clefable. Dandelion was pretty helpful this week. I used Dandelion once or twice throughout our Uber's course and was able to do some pretty good work this week with coverage-wise. So yeah, Dandelion doing good work, helping us gain victory against rival Scad. Tortellini's taking a drink. Tortellini, can you say thank you? He's drinking some milk. All right. But thank you so much for participating this week, Rival Scad. I greatly appreciate it. And we will move on to the next battle. So can you say go, go, go? Can you say go, go, go? Can you say alrighty? Nope, he's very thirsty. Okay, we're going to move on to the next battle here. Thanks so much again, Scad. Here we go. Alrighty, and here we are up against Espresso Cat. Dandelion goes for the U-turn on the first move, finishing off ECat's starter, Malamar. I just kind of had a feel that Dandelion was going to be the way to go starting off this battle. Looking at ECat's team, I'm like, well, I've got Ironhead for the Clefable, I've got U-turn for the Malamar, I've got Pyro Ball for the Magnezone, I've got Fireball for the Terracina. The only things I really couldn't have handled was the Baneful Bunker Toxapex here and the Hippowdon. So I figured that was a pretty good lead, and that seemed to work out for us pretty nicely. Got ECat starter off the field there right off the bat. So we've got Mega Venusaur up against Dynamax Toxapex. It's a crazy wild world out here. Kind of fun to have all the mechanics in play, honestly. It was fun. I think I only saw one Z move this week, and we'll see that battle here in a little bit probably. But yeah, it was just wild to see all three of these big game-changing type mechanics in play when we've never had before. So that was a lot of fun. Orchest switching out. Mina going to come in and take that Flash Cannon. Going to throw up the Close Combat on the Magnezone, taking it out. At which point then the Toxapex coming back in. Going to throw up the Hex. Link's going to take that pretty well. The Baneful Bunker going to come up, protect it from the Wild Charge coming from Zacian there. Down goes the Toxapex with the Wild Charge finally landing. At which point then the Hippo comes in. Behemoth Blade. He's going to do pretty decent damage, but not enough. Link going to go down there. At which point then Tempest, my Arceus, comes in and finishes off ECat. So thank you so much for participating this week and pretty much every week throughout the course of the series. This week, Rival ECat. I greatly appreciate your continued support in this channel. One of the earliest followers and friends of Tortimer the Great Gaming. So thank you so much, ECat, for sticking around after all these years. Alrighty. You done drinking? Can you say adios?
Adios.
Can you say bye?
Bye.
Alright, we're gonna go, go, go.
Go, go, go.
Alright, we're gonna go, go, go to the next battle. Thank you guys so much for participating again, ECat. I greatly appreciate it. Here we go.
Go. Go.
Alrighty, and here we are up against Uncle Klungar, rival Uncle Klungar, and here we go. Here's our Z move for the week. Uncle Klungar goes for the never-ending Nightmare. Link hangs on, and Klungar, we sat for like 5 minutes as Klungar's like, that should have been a one-hit KO. I did the math. But he, apparently the Anything Goes Nat Dex build of Zacian is different than the Anything Goes build. Bless you, buddy. Yeah, bless you. And so he miscalculated. My defense was higher than anticipated, and so ruined all his plans there. Used his one Z move for not. Then Link gonna go down to the Dynamax Diavetal. Tempest switches in. Bless you. Tanks at max.
Bless you.
Yeah, bless you. Tanks at max darkness. That Ice Beam not really going to do much, and Tempest is going to go down here. So Arceus not making much of a legend in this battle. At which point then Yveltal is going to outrun its Dynamax. Then Gigantamax Dandelion comes out onto the field. I feel like we saw well, I think it might have been the only one. I don't know that I ever did Gigantamax Glinda this week. Might have gone. Dandelion just had such better coverage. But there we go. So Heavy Rain, we got the Max Darkness off, and that kind of helped us as it did with Scad. Went through that with Scad, and so I was like, all right, I know what to do here. Dandelion can speed, which is great. Behemoth Blade, Zacian going to take Dandelion down. Orchest then comes in. The Hidden Power going to land on the Zacian. The Behemoth Blade doing very good work now that it's got 2.5 times attack. I wasted time going for the Leech Seed, but I figured that might be helpful to somebody going forward. But that was optimistic. Midna and Glinda both go down to a single Behemoth Blade, and Rival Clunkar claims victory. Can you say, uh-oh, Daddy lost? Yeah. But thank you so much for participating this week and every week, Uncle Klungar. Greatly appreciate it. Say, I love you, Uncle Klungar.
Yeah, you.
Good job, buddy. Alrighty, we're going to move on to the next battle, but thanks so much again, Rival Uncle Klungar. Here we go. Alrighty, guys, and a familiar face turning back up here towards the end. Update was with us at the beginning of the series, and I put out a call. I'm like, we've got the core 6 who have done like the last 10 weeks, but if anybody from earlier on wants to jump in on the finale, now's your chance. And they was like, you know what? If you can battle right now, we can make this work. So that's what we did. So here we are up against Rival Update. We've got Hydreigon in, Orchest up against that. I switched Glinda in. I think Glinda's going to die without doing anything at all, if I remember correctly. Let's wait and see. Yes, the Flash Cannon coming. A super effective critical hit. So not much we probably could have done there, but Glinda goes down. Link comes in with the close combat, finishing off the pseudo there. Davy Boy then going to go down to a wild charge, gets the rain set up, allowing Ludicolo and Kingler to do a little bit more work, potentially. Orchest going to come in and is a thick boy, able to withstand the Ice Beam, throw up the Sludge Bomb, finish off the Ludicolo, at which point then Windows 9000 HD comes in. Meanness gonna force it out. The Kingler comes in. I'm guessing that the Porygon was on a scarf or something, and they wanted to switch out and get a different move going. Come in Dynamax, but Midna, the Marshadow that just takes no prisoners. Marshadows are way too good. It might be my new favorite mythical that has ever existed. I'm not a big legendary mythical person in general, especially the mythicals that like don't exist in game. They just are like a digital distribution at some point or whatever. They have no bearing on anything. I have no interest in 99.9% of them. Marshadow is pretty sweet. I love it. So got my butt kicked by it last week. Got to deal out a little pain of its own this week. So thank you so much for participating and jumping here in the end for the finale update. I greatly appreciate it. Good to see you once again. Let's move on to the next battle, shall we? Can you say, here we go?
Go.
Can you say, adios? Alrighty, here we go.
Ow, go.
Alrighty, guys, and here we are. Uncle Klungar had a gimmick team that he wanted to potentially use. Decided to go with his other team at first, and he's like, "Hey, do you have time for one more battle?" He's like, "Are you recording?" And I was like, "Yeah, we could fit in a battle if we wanted." And so he had a team of Dittos here, which was just a fun battle to do. So figured we would include it for everybody. We've got Mega Venusaur. Should be noted, Klungar's favorite Pokemon is Venusaur, or Bulbasaur, I guess, at the very least. So for Venusaur to come in here and stall out all his plans, very disheartening for him. So he decides to go for the Hidden Power. I think he's got Choice Scarfs on most of these, because I think Ditto copies all the stats except for HP? I forget. Ditto has some weird thing. I think all stats are copied except for HP. Maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, but he had Choice Scarf so he could outspeed the copies. Obviously, that's a big help. So, yeah, was locked into a single move there, and Venusaur able to withstand the fire-type move there. Because Hidden Power is back in play with Anything Goes Nat Dex, so had Hidden Power Fire on my Mega Venusaur. Strangely, not any Gen 8 builds for Mega Venusaur. It's weird how that works out. So, we gonna tank the Judgments from the Water Arceus there. It's gonna go down. Klungar gets another Mega Venusaur to play around with for a couple of minutes here. Orchest gonna switch out now that he's locked into Sludge Bomb. Link is immune to that. Gonna throw up the Behemoth Blade and do some real good work up against the Venusaur. And finishing off Coward there, at which point then Question Mark comes in, and Klungar gets another Freezation, at which point Link is going to go down. Minda then going to come in, go down really hard to a Behemoth Blade. Tempest going to come in, tank that pretty well, get the Judgment up, do pretty decent damage to the Zacian, and then I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax, which allows it to survive a little longer, and the Max Geyser finishes off the Zacian there, or the Ditto Zacian. So yeah, thank you so much, Rival Ditto Locked, for participating this week. A fun little gimmick battle to get in there for everyone. But now, guys, we have to transfer over to our champion battle. We had lots of rivals hanging out here, but there can only be one champion. So let's switch over to that and see the devastating team that our rival brought. Yeah. Tortellini's excited. Alrighty, we're going to switch on over. Here we go. Alrighty, guys, and here we are in the championship battle of this week, and we have rival champion Shunosaurus with his team of Cramorants. Knew this was coming, or at least hoped desperately. There was that 1 week, was it a water gym? Was it an evil gym? Was it just a random route? I don't know. At one point, Shun had a Cramorant on its team, and I just had nothing in the realm of anything that could hurt it whatsoever. And I think the thing just wrecked me. And I think Shun's brought it a couple of times since then. Yeah, nice to see the team of Cramorants come in here this week. Link able to do some pretty good damage there. And take down a couple of them, but the recoil from Wild Charge gonna finish it off. At which point then, Gone Angling, the shiny one. I think this is Shun's new starter. I think Shun's original starter was a Toxicroak. Shun broke the rules. Once he had that one Cramorant that really wrecked me, this shiny one made an appearance once or twice since then. Orchest going to go ahead and synthesize there, let the Leech Seed do a little bit of work. The Air Slash coming out, but Orchest is pretty thick, able to withstand it. The Sludge Bomb, and thankfully has the bulk to withstand the Gulp Missile there. The Dynamax, then Cramorant coming in with the Max Airstream, finishing off the Mega Venusaur. At which point then Tempest comes in, the Max Knuckle doing good damage. Well, no, not doing good damage. Thankfully, I'm not a normal type at the moment. I'm a water type thanks to my Splash Plate. The Max Airstream going to do a little bit better work. The Ice Beam not really doing a whole lot there. And the Brave Bird going to finish off the Arceus. So, hey, a Cramorant taking down Arceus, hard to complain. And then Dandelion switches in, and with the Sucker Punch, able to finish off the Cramorant there. So, thank you so much to champion rival Shunosaurus, as well as to all our other rivals who participated in this week's battles. Thank you so much to Tortellini for joining me for commentating this week. Can you say adios?
Adios.
Can you say thank you?
People.
Alrighty. So thank you guys so much for participating week in and week out. This is episode 23, I want to say. Yes. But this has been going... We started it back in July. We had a couple of weeks off here or there because I couldn't record, or we had holidays, or for whatever reason. So it's been running longer than 23 weeks. But you guys have been great in participating. This has been a lot of fun. A lot easier to do this way than we've done it in the past. So we probably will do another one of these at some point. It took like 6+ months to, well, not plus, about 6 months to get through, so not starting one anywhere super soon, but maybe later this year we'll look at doing Gray Version Season 4. But yeah, these kinds of subscriber engagement series used to be the backbone of this channel, and as the channel kind of withered and died and our community shrunk and stuff like that, we just kind of stopped doing them. But these are fun. We'll have to find something maybe a little shorter term that won't take 6 months to complete that we can potentially do in the meantime. Yeah, we'll figure all that out later. I know there's been some talk by some members of who are participating that they would like to do a Pokemon World Tournament thing. We will look at doing that. It's not going to be an official part of this series, but it may be something, an auxiliary episode that we upload to go along with the season. Just because I don't really... We've got Legends Arceus coming out tomorrow as I record this. Today, as you guys are probably seeing it. So... I'm going to be focusing on that for a little while. So this ending is ending at the perfect time. So we're going to call Gray Version Season 3 here. Thank you so much to everybody who watched and participated in the Gray Version Season 3. It was a lot of fun. And I will see you guys all back here. I'm going to be playing. So you guys are seeing this on Friday, obviously the day that Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out. I'm going to be streaming it next week. So I won't be able to get a chance to stream or play it until Monday. So you guys can come hang out, check the Discord for what potential windows those will be. But you'll probably see Legends Arceus content start showing up on the channel that next week, this following week. So if you're not able to make the streams, those VODs will be going up, and you guys can check it out. Hopefully, anybody who's spoiler adverse will be able to get a little bit of playtime in before the streams start. But anyway, guys, I've been Tortimer the Gray, and this has been Tortellini. Say hi. Say, hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Good job. And we've been the Grays, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys. And thanks again so much for participating so diligently and for watching and liking and commenting and all that. Fun to dip my toe back into the content creation a little bit. It's been a long time since I've done anything just pure YouTube related. Pretty much everything that's been uploaded in years has been VODs and stuff. So this has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys once again for making this such a pleasure to do. And we can talk more about what if we want to do a kind of follow-up episode to this series, or if we want to do any more subscriber engagement at some point further down the line, we can talk about what that might look at in the interim between now and Gray Version Season 4. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I've been Tortimer the Gray, and this has been Tortellini. Say bye.
Bye.
Say adios.
Adios.
And you guys have been great. Have a good one.